We're going to demonstrate the making of a cat5 cable. Gold is going to be towards me when I finally insert the cable. But first, let's work on cutting the cable for ordering our wires. Trim it back about that far from the length of the cable. We'll be trimming it later. Give you plenty of wire to work with. Grab the cable and ready to trim. This cable, it doesn't quite fit very tightly in that connection, so I'm going to push it this direction towards the blade as I turn. I don't need to turn it 180 degrees. All I need to do is score that outer sheath so it starts to break, and then it's easily torn as I just pull it away the rest of the way. See, that slips right off. I don't have to score it all the way around. I'm throwing this in the garbage right away. Okay, you have the little cables or the little fibers hanging out. I'm just going to pull those fibers back. If I had a good scissors tool, I would cut those off. I'm just going to hold them back like that. Now, begin to separate the wires. Remember, brown on the right, orange on the left, blue in the middle. Green is going to split the blue. So I'll just start left to right. Untangle the orange. Remember, it's solid on the left, striped on the left, solid on the right of each pair. Green splits, so we're going to have the green white after the orange. And then the blue, it's twisted the most. I just grab one end of it, start untwisting, and get down to about there. Now I'm beginning to hold it tight with my left thumb. And then untwist the brown, solid on the right. Okay, now I have the right order. Now it's time to start pulling and straightening and squeezing. Squeeze with the left thumb as I pull, straighten, 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 squeeze and pull, squeeze and pull, squeeze and pull, keeping them in order. Squeeze and pull, squeeze and pull. Squeeze, pull, squeeze, pull. And now slowly bring them together. Squeezing real hard on the left. My thumbnail hurts a little bit. I'm squeezing with my thumbnail really hard there now, keeping the order. All right, now how long do I leave the wires, getting ready to cut them so I can insert them into the connector? Use the connector as your guide. We're going to want the cable to be in about this far, because we want to make sure that blue makes it in. So that looks like about a ½ inch left. So I'm going to leave about an 5/8 because there's going to be room to squeeze and the wires will bend in there. So I'm going to leave about 5/8 to 3/4 inch. Doesn't matter if you want to measure it exactly. Use the connector. That looks like about right. About the width of my finger. That's about 5/8. And there's a wall there. It's going to catch all my scraps. They do bounce a little bit and fly. Clean up your scraps. Clean up after yourself. Don't be a sloppy cable maker. Now, one last check on the order. That green is kind of hiding behind there. Let's make sure that he doesn't get lost and get out of order there. The solid green. There we go. Little stray fiber. Grabbing those out of the way. And now I'm ready to do one last order check. Orange, white, orange. Green, white, blue. Uh-oh, did my green, white? No, that is a blue, white. Now the blue, white's still a little bent. I'm going to manually bend that, straighten that a little bit. There we go. Now they're ready to insert. Gold towards me. Gold towards me. Don't forget, gold towards me. Don't make backward cables. Left to right, looking at the gold, sliding it in, keeping the order, sliding it in. Sometimes it'll catch right there, slide in. It's not wanting to go in exactly. Let's pull it out and check. Why is it not wanting to slide in? Oh, they're not all together nicely. Squeeze really hard. Get the order. The green solid was getting caught on the wrong side of the blue white. There we go. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Pull the fibers back. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. That's looking a little better. Now they should slide in a little nicer. Oh yes, nice and smooth. Now push them all the way in. See how much I want that blue in as far as possible. Check that my cables are hitting the end. From the back, this is the back side. Notice the back, it's backwards order. In the front, it's left to right orange. Now with gold towards me, one last check that I see stripe solid, stripe solid, stripe solid. And do the final crimp with this chart in case I turn the gold away in this particular crimping tool. Oh, sorry, I think my crimping tool is backwards. It is the gold up. And slide it in and crimp, 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 crimp all the way down. And look at the side. See how that outer sheath has been clamped in. Let's look at this side. The outer sheath has the clamp on it. Very important. Most of you just barely, if at all, clamp that blue outer sheath. And there you have the making of a cable.